The words we never share. Let's think about it. How many times do you have something come to your mind and you're like, I want to say this, but then, well, no, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that to that person, and then you get there and you say nothing, you freeze, you panic, you're like, and you smile, and, you suppress. It happens again and again, and then slowly over time, the words you never say becomes your voice, so then you don't have a voice, and one or two people, if that, maybe 5 or 6 more, maybe less, becomes your world of voice. You feel like your voice matters in this circle. You're going down the road, all hyped up, talking to yourself, maybe talking to your best friend, and then you get to a place in silence. And your mind still spins and thinks and has all these words to say, but doesn't say because, I don't know if I can trust these words out in the public. I don't know if I can trust these words with you, so I gotta suppress, and become afraid. But why? And why becomes to wondering, and then slowly, maybe if you're brave enough, you start actually saying what you want to say, and then you have some bad moments take place, as in, I've reached some conflict with someone, I don't know how to handle this, oh man, I should probably never say nothing. I didn't expect them to go on that way towards me. Or sometimes you say something, and then, you feel better. Or you say something and it doesn't work so well, but the second time you try, it gets a little better, and then the more you talk, the more you express yourself, the more you have your voice, and once you have your voice, you can just share and talk to anyone without being afraid. It's interesting, just with this whole voice thing. A lot of us will say superficial words, as in, have a nice day, or hi, how are you? Can I buy that? How much does that cost? But we never go deeper. We're on stage 1 level, interacting, social level. We might hit stage 2. Wow, did you see that? Yeah, man, that was pretty sick. And then it kind of dies off. We might hit stage 3 where we're like, wow, man, that was so cool. And then we go a little deeper. Well, why was that so cool? And we start questioning those thoughts. And some people, that's stage 3 level of engagement usually. We start puzzling and building structures of conversation together. And then we start getting really excited about, that individual or whoever we're doing this with. Or we might have the moments where we're in a business meeting or we're with some friends and we have a very deep, full depth of conversation on how we view the moon. Maybe politics, maybe religion, God. Maybe it might just be about, that current day. We get deeper, and as we're getting deeper, we're connecting. As we feel more connected, next time we see that person, we just start talking. We go from stage 1 all the way to stage 2 to 3 within just seconds. We're just changing those gears. And then eventually we get to the point where we're seeing a stranger and we're jumping from stage 1 to just 3, and we're skipping stage 2 because we kind of already are comfortable. Let's rewind a sec. I'm afraid to speak. Well, why are you afraid to speak? Are insecurities bothering you? Or judgments maybe from what people might say bothering you? Or maybe the confidence in what you're saying you might not fully know, so you might, withdraw, not say. Usually one of those 4 things I just listed will be the factor. Social anxiety goes in so many directions. Maybe someone bullied you when you were younger, the way you talk, the way you dress, maybe your food, maybe even the way you smell, your hairstyle. I mean, the list can go on. Your shoes. You do something and you might not seem so smart in class, so then you're afraid to speak, and then you have all these voices and thoughts coming to mind, but you slowly never speak them. And then one day you get a little braver, and then you start sharing, you start speaking, and you start knowing your words aren't actually really hurting you or anyone else. And the time they do hurt someone, maybe there's just a miscommunication that if you talk a little longer, you can figure it out. Eventually you start to realize everyone wants to go to stage 3 connection. They want to be able to share their soul, their hearts and minds. We're just afraid and we don't know how to get there, so we're hiding and stage one, how are you? Good. We move on. There's no more depth. There's no more connection. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm not trying to condemn you. I'm just trying to understand you. And at times I may come across as, well, judgmental. I might come across as I know it all, but I don't. Those are my weaknesses. Those are my areas of growth that if we're having a conversation, you can call and say, wait, what do you mean by that? If I say something in a general term, well, what do I mean by that? And then you can start learning depth of what I mean. And at the same time, I can learn depths of what you mean. And then we can collaborate and grow. And it gets really beautiful. Sometimes someone might say something to you and it hurts you, but you hold it back. And then they say something again and it hurts you, but, well, you hold it back. And then they say something again and it hurts you. Now you have resentment, and now your relationship is, oh, well, it's not so good no more because, well, I was afraid to confront and say, hey, when you said that, I felt really bad. Hey, when that happened, I didn't like that. Or, hey, I'm confused. I don't know what you meant by that. When we can have these kind of conversations, we will be less silent because we're going to realize our voices matter, and we're going to realize our voices actually impact one another, ourselves included. We're going to realize it's actually safe to talk. We will realize we don't know all the answers. We will realize, well, wow, I should get back to those books. I should start studying. I should maybe start asking more questions to understand you more. Maybe I should talk at you a little less sometimes, or maybe I should share and talk maybe a little more so then someone can understand me. So the next time we do talk, there's context and content to discuss. Example, you see someone that you haven't seen in 10 years. And the first thing you bring up is like, well, you remember back when we were in high school? Using database of information to connect with them. If we have more conversations though, these connectional pieces are there and more established, so we can jump from stage 1 to stage 3, well, really quick. We can jump from stage 1 to 2 even quicker with the stranger by just not having social anxiety, not being so superficial, and just, well, get deep. And we can build our emotional intelligence in the process by realizing some people don't want to talk. And for those people, well, I hope they see this video. And for those people that don't feel like it's safe to talk, I hope you see this video. And for those people that feel like they know it all, I hope you realize you just skimming the surface of knowing. And those people who say judgmental things, I hope you realize judgment helps anyone. I know for a fact, I'll talk on my behalf, that I can come across that way, very judgmental. It's my personality, ENFJ. I come across as sometimes Mr. Know-It-All because of all of this together, but deep down in my DNA of who I am and my foundational roots, I know, well, I don't know everything. I know the judgments I'm coming about and saying are my beliefs of how I see the world currently, but tell me more so I can change it. Tell me more so I can learn, adapt, and view it more whole by your perspective that you share. Help us all connect by, well, having conversations that might appear to be difficult, but as we take it step by step, we realize it's not so sad or hard or difficult, embarrassing even. We're all here in love. We're all here to support and grow. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to support you and grow you, and I hope you do the same for me. Correct me if I am wrong. Help me become better. I hope to help you become better. As we develop and discover one another, we start seeing this uniqueness that is so awesome, so amazing. The words we never say can be the toolbox that we need the most to get to know one another, because the words we never say is usually your soul talking that the world needs to hear more of. I hope this video inspires you, and I would love to hear your comments below. In my videos, you might see me make a mistake or something. Point it out to me. I actually would really appreciate that. Having difficult conversations like that actually helps us define who we are and grow and fine-tune our development strategies to become better. Sharing is caring, and it's a motto that I believe in all the way. Thank you.